Among all the stories in the Old Testament, few are as challenging and emotionally powerful as the account of Abraham and Isaac in Genesis 22. God commands Abraham to take his beloved son Isaac, the child of promise, and offer him as a sacrifice. For many readers, the story raises difficult questions. Why would a loving God ask such a thing? Was God truly testing Abraham, or was he teaching humanity a deeper lesson about faith, obedience, and his own plan of salvation? From a Catholic perspective, the story is not merely about Abraham proving his loyalty. It reveals profound truths about God's nature and humanity's relationship with him. The book of Genesis begins by stating clearly, God put Abraham to the test. At first glance, this may seem troubling. However, the Catholic Church teaches that God's tests are not designed to trap people or make them fail. Divine tests reveal and strengthen faith. God already knew Abraham's heart. Therefore, the purpose of the test was not for God's information but for Abraham's transformation. Abraham had waited decades for Isaac, the son through whom God promised to create a great nation. If Isaac died, the promise appeared to die. Yet Abraham chose obedience. His faith rested not on circumstances, but on confidence in God's goodness and faithfulness. The letter to the Hebrews explains that Abraham believed God could even raise Isaac from the dead. In other words, Abraham trusted that somehow God would remain faithful to his promise, even if the situation appeared hopeless. Yet the story teaches more than personal faith. It also addresses an important historical reality regarding ancient pagan cultures. Archaeological evidence shows that some peoples believed the gods demanded the death of children to gain favor or prosperity. Against this background, Genesis 22 delivers a revolutionary message. At the crucial moment, God stops Abraham and provides a ram as a substitute. The lesson is clear: the true God does not desire human sacrifice. He values human life and ultimately provides the sacrifice himself. For this reason, Catholic theologians see the event as a lesson for humanity, correcting a distorted understanding of divine worship. The story becomes even more meaningful when viewed through the lens of Christ. Isaac is recognized as a foreshadowing or type of Jesus. The parallels are striking. Isaac is Abraham's beloved son. Jesus is the beloved Son of God. Isaac carries the wood for his sacrifice up the mountain. Jesus carries the cross toward Calvary. Isaac willingly accompanies his father. Jesus willingly submits to the Father's plan for humanity's redemption. Yet there is one crucial difference: Isaac is spared. But on Good Friday, the Father does not spare his own Son. Jesus willingly offers himself as the sacrifice that takes away the sins of the world. Abraham is not ultimately asked to give up his son because God himself will one day give his son for humanity. The location is significant. Tradition associates the land of Moriah with Jerusalem, where centuries later Jesus would be crucified. Catholics also see in this story an invitation to examine the nature of trust. Abraham's obedience was not blind submission. Faith does not mean having all the answers. Abraham trusted God's character even when he could not understand God's plan. Modern believers face similar situations. Illness, loss, and uncertainty can make God's purposes difficult to see. True faith continues to trust when the road ahead is unclear. Genesis 22 is a prophetic lesson pointing toward the cross. Through Abraham and Isaac, God was preparing humanity to understand the Father providing the Lamb to save the world. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Goodbye.